Welcome to episode 78, Ginger Burr on the myth of effortless dressing. Ginger Burr is president of Total Image Consultants and for more than 30 years has helped women around the world create a wardrobe they love by connecting with their inner essence. She has been featured in publications around the country and was chosen as one of VegNews Magazine's 25 most fascinating vegetarians for her innovative and groundbreaking work as a vegan image consultant. She is the author of the book, That's So You, Create a Look You Love with Beauty, Style, and Grace. In this episode, we'll discuss the number one reason why so many women struggle to get dressed, why effortless dressing is a myth, but how you can make it a reality, how Ginger got interested in becoming an image consultant, the two colors Ginger never wore growing up, and the correlation between confidence and style. But first, color is a powerful tool and the first thing people notice about you, but wearing the right colors can be overwhelming and confusing. If you're ready to wear color with confidence, I would love to be your guide. I'm launching my brand new Color Confidence package, and I can work with you one-on-one if you're in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, or we can work virtually anywhere in the world. I'm looking for a few women who are ready to learn more about color and take their color game to new heights. I'm offering this great package at an introductory price for just half off, but I only have a few slots available. If you're ready to find out what your best colors are through color analysis, create your fabulous 5-color capsule, discover your signature colors and what colors to wear this season, then click the link in the bio and let's get started. I look forward to helping you wear color with confidence. Welcome to Style by Mary Michelle, a podcast designed to empower you through personal style. I'm your host, Mary Michelle Nidifer, a master style coach, founder of Style Finder Boutique, and creator of the Style Finder ID system. I'm here to help you know what to wear, how to wear it, and how to get dressed in 7 minutes or less. Let's go. Welcome, Ginger. I am so thrilled to talk to you today. I know we've got some great stuff to share.
I'm excited. It's always a delight to talk with you.
Yeah. Now, where are you located?
I'm in the Boston area, just a tiny bit north of Boston.
Okay. Yeah. How is it so cold up there?
Yeah. Can you tell? It's very cold. It's like almost January temperatures out there right now.
Wow.
It's crazy,
wow.
But that's March. That's March in New England. So
yes, for sure. A little crazy. So, Ginger, I'm curious, what led you to image consulting?
Well, it was a really long time ago, over 30 years ago. So it was a different world back then. But, really the main reason was that I struggled a lot with my own style. In my teens and my 20s, I really didn't know how to put things together. And back then there was no internet, no makeover TV shows. And, we were lucky if we got Red Book magazine, at our house. So it's not like we really looked at fashion magazines or anything, although I'm sure my mother would have done that if I had asked. But I didn't know what I needed to know. And I would see other people who I thought looked great, and I would try and wear what they were wearing, and somehow it just didn't translate to me. I mean, you know how that can be. And finally, when I was just about to turn 30, I met a woman who was offering a 3-day workshop called Fashion, Color, and Image. And I thought, oh, that sounds like fun. So I took it, and I swear I was in it for an hour, and I was so enamored of her. She was amazing. She just represented everything that I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And she seemed to have all of the answers. Uh-huh. And so I basically begged her to train me. And that was it. I never looked back. I saw this all as a way of empowering women because I had at times felt disempowered in a way because I felt self-conscious about how I looked. So, yeah.
Right. Oh, I love it. And I feel like our stories are so aligned because even though mine had a different twist and turn, I feel like I really got into styling because I felt disempowered and I really saw the power of style. I tell my clients style and color and all the pieces of it, they're a tool to help you get what you need.
Yeah, it's so true. And, back when I started, it was considered, because it was the late 80s or so, it was kind of considered a little shallow to be thinking too much about how you looked. And yet I saw what it was doing to women, and I saw how it impacted me when I didn't didn't feel good about how I looked. And not that I needed to fit in and dress like everybody else, but you're right. I mean, it is when you have the tools that you need, then the thing is you can look good and feel good about how you look, and you can forget about it. You can go on and do what's really important to you and not be thinking, oh, are my pants too tight, or is my top too short, or is the color wrong, or whatever it is that might worry you. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
Oh my God. I feel like you and I are cut from the same cloth, because I say the exact same thing.
Yes.
But, I like to say that, it's not about the clothes. It's about who you become in the clothes. But, like if you're wearing something that gives you a muffin top or it cuts you off, it becomes about the clothes because it's such a distraction.
Oh, totally distraction. Yeah, that's all you can think about is, I can't wait to get home and take off these pants or whatever it is. Who wants to have their day be like that? Nobody.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a game changer. What does image consulting mean to you? I think, there's so many different terms for what we do. Image consultant, style coach, et cetera. What does that mean to you?
For me, it's really about, well, as we mentioned, empowerment. Mm-hmm. And it's about taking the stress out of getting dressed for women, for the clients that I work with, so that they can have more, it can become a more joyful process. So it can become more effortless. It can become easier so that they're not, it's not about me going in and just saying, wear this. Mm-hmm. It's about really digging in and figuring out, who are they in their heart and their soul? And then how do you create a wardrobe that authentically reflects who they are? Mm-hmm. And so that every time they get dressed, they feel like themselves, they feel amazing. And it's not so many women, as you know very well, so many women are so stressed by the concept at all of getting dressed and putting together an outfit. And just to be able to make that easier for someone and more fun is a real joy.
Yes. Yeah. It makes such a difference. I feel like, and I don't know if you feel like this, but after I became a style coach, I look at things so much differently, and I see how simple so many things can be. But women just, when they have no idea, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I never know this?
Right.
What do you think is like the biggest mistake that you see women making?
Well, there are several, but one of them is that it goes back to what you were just saying. It's not having a plan. Mm. Because when you approach, and the internet is wonderful and it gives us so much information, but sometimes it gives us too much. And what can happen is we can be pulled in so many different, I'll try that. Oh, I'll try that. Oh, I'll try that. And if it's very piecemeal like that, then usually you're not going to get the results that you want, mm-hmm. because you aren't following a plan in how you put together your wardrobe. And it can be, one of the things that I tell women all the time is that, in a way, the whole concept of effortless dressing is a little bit of a myth, in that you have to put in the effort ahead of time. It just is not going to, an effortless wardrobe is not going to miraculously appear in your closet. But when you have a plan and you have the tools, as you and I have referred to, when you have a plan and the tools, it can be so much more effortless. But mm-hmm. it does take, paying attention to that and really knowing what it is, being able to answer all the questions that pop up when you need to assess something to mm-hmm. take home and decide whether it really deserves a place in your closet.
Right. No, I totally agree. It just, it can be so simple when you know, but I think, there's that veil of what you know and what you don't know. And when it's like, you just see that light bulb moment of like, like the curtains have opened. And, especially I think when it comes to color.
I was just thinking the same thing. I know you and I just love color, and I've seen some of your videos that you do around color. It's so powerful, isn't it? Color.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. it's just so amazing. And I love, one thing I want to talk with you about are some of the spring trends, but I love the dopamine dressing trend this year. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best ever.
Yes. Yeah, it's, obviously we've been heading in that direction for a long time, and the pandemic made that even more, prevalent, if you will. But yes, yeah, the whole this is such a funny phrase that they put out there. Yes, yeah, just being comfortable and just having it make you feel amazing in what you're wearing. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you work with clients to help them discover their best colors, what are some of the things, where do you feel like women get tripped up when it comes to color? Like, because I think that's, I'm sure you have women sit down in your chair and tell you, I hate this color, or I never wore this, or I never would have thought to wear this.
Yeah. It's really a couple of things happen. I have so many things going through my head, but one of them is there's so much black and gray out there. And I remember there was a woman who came into one of my classes once, and it was such a powerful moment for so many people, because she had on a top, and she just said, "Hey, can you help me figure out, does this work? Does it not?" I said, "Well, the style's really nice. It wouldn't have been my first choice of color for you. It was gray." And she said, "Well, they only had black and gray, so I had to choose one." And I'm like, no, there's a third option. How about if you just don't get that top and you look for one that's and for her, it was like a revelation. And for so many other people, it's like, well, this is what they're showing. This is and there's an online store. I won't name it right now, but all they have in it is black. I'm like, and maybe some white. I'm like, really? No. So getting really caught up in that black and white, because it's easy, because it's supposedly slimming. It just makes it just makes putting things together easy. But do you look great in it? That's the thing. And so the black and gray thing is one of the biggest trip ups for so many women, I find.
Yeah. Do you think it's just a not knowing, or do you think it's that they want to hide, or they've gained weight, or?
I think it can be all of those things. Or, I think sometimes it's just easy. And for women who don't like to shop, I know you have your wonderful store where you can really advise people, and you do carry lots of color, which I love to see. And you probably deal with women who come in and say, most of my wardrobe is black. Sometimes it's just so easy. And sometimes they do want to hide, but there are alternatives. If you really don't want, I don't think anyone should be ostentatious in their coloring. And by ostentatious, what I mean is wearing colors that make you, that where we see the color first and not you. Right. And that can vary from person to person and coloring to coloring. I think what you want to do is wear colors that feel, intrinsic to you, that feel like you and make you really shine in whatever degree of shine works for you. But yeah, the whole black and gray thing, it makes me totally crazy.
Yes. Yeah. It's so interesting. Black, I can wear black because I'm a winter, and I love black, but I love color more. Yeah. And some days, I put on my black and I tell clients, wear black because you want to, not because you don't know what else to wear.
Yes, I love that. I love it. Or, you have a little bit of black, like a black tank top under something, but add some color with it. Or absolutely. And so many women do default to black because it's easy. If they hate to shop, it's just so easy. Let me go buy black. But I think also as we get older, I think there are certain people like you who look great in black, but someone like me, I put black on, you're going to see lots of lines right here, darkness under my eyes. And I remember one time, and this was years ago, I had longer hair then. And I remember there was a woman sitting behind me at one point. She said, and I had on black, don't ask me why. And she said, "Oh, that looks so great with your red hair with the black." And I said, "Yeah, but when I turn around, I must have been doing some kind of a presentation explaining this, but look what happens here with it." And I was in my 30s. It's not like, so black has never done me justice ever, but I can definitely see where it can work for you. But you have such a vibrant spirit that sometimes I would think black would feel dampening to you.
Sometimes it does. And it's interesting. I go through phases. I think just where I am in my own personal journey. And, some days, especially during the pandemic, I found myself going into my closet, like, I want to wear something that makes me feel good. I want to elevate my mood. I want to wear something that feels more like me, even if I'm just walking to the mailbox.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Because it just, at the end of the day, your style, like, it's not about dressing for anybody else, right?
Oh, it's totally about you. I agree that, because I think then you exude a certain level of confidence and just, comfort. in who you are when you dress for yourself. And then I also believe you'll attract the people who you're meant to meet because you're being authentic and you're feeling good in who you are and you're putting out this amazing energy. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
For sure. For sure. Well, I have to say the color that you have on, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can see it. But if you're just listening, you have to go check Ginger out on YouTube, because is this your eye color? Green?
It's pretty close to it. Yeah. This is one of my favorite. This is an Eva Varro jacket that I totally love. It's super comfortable. I actually don't tell anybody. I have it in 3 colors and, all really amazing colors, but this is one of my favorites. But, surprisingly, I found it hard to find this color this season, which I'm not happy about. I want them to bring more of this. I want more. Yeah.
Well, this spring, that's supposed to be one of the hot colors. Like that
but they say periwinkle too. Yeah. But have you seen a lot of periwinkle out there?
Yes, we've got so much periwinkle coming into the boutique. So not as much as I would like, but more. It's been interesting because people love periwinkle. It's so easy to wear.
Yeah, it's like when I saw that it was the color of the year, I'm like, yay, they'll bring more in the stores. But then I haven't been seeing it. So, but we're still early in the spring season. So I'm glad to know more is coming in. And please do stock more of this color.
Yes. I mean, that's one of my favorite colors. And, one thing I teach is that color can be universal.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
I mean, it's gorgeous on you because of your eye color, and it makes you look incredible with your hair color and all your coloring. But it is a color that really anybody of any skin tone can wear.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of that perfect color between warm and cool. Just really, great color. I agree.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about warm versus cool for a minute. I was going to say, looking at us. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm surrounded by cool colors. I'm wearing my color. Although the colors I'm wearing could really be kind of universal too. But you're surrounded by warm tones. You've got warm tones. Let's talk about the differences of those.
Yeah, it's, it's funny because before I got into any of this or had my colors done or anything back many years ago, I remember when growing up, my mother would never let me wear red or pink because I had red hair and it would clash. And so when I moved away from home, trust me, I was not a very rebellious child. And what did I do? I wore red and pink. And so I remember one time when I went to that workshop I was telling you about, I walked in and one of the women who was there, who was helping the woman who was running it, she said to me, "So have you ever had your colors done?" And I said, "No." And I said, you're going to laugh. I'm a winter. I am so not a winter. And I remember when she did my colors and she did the seasons also, and she made me in autumn, I was horrified. Absolutely horrified. Like olive green, yuck. My mother made me wear olive. Well, she didn't make me, but that was the color my mother always said, look good on me. I don't want to wear olive green. I don't want to wear mustard and orange. And I finally said, Ginger, grow up and go out and try something, because I had nothing in my closet. And I bought some olive green. And I remember thinking, now if my mom's listening, she'll get a chuckle out of this. Oh, darn it, Mom was right. I do look really good in olive green, and I really can't. I can do a little blue because it makes my eyes look very blue, but I have to be very careful about the tones. Whereas you put mustard on you, and I would think.
I have a horror story about mustard.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah, I think when I was in 7th grade, I had a mustard colored mock turtleneck. And oh my God. And, close to your face. And I thought that thing was the bomb. But I remember walking past a mirror in our house and I looked at myself and I looked ill.
Yeah.
And I immediately went to take it off. I didn't know anything about color. Yeah. I mean, 7th grade, it was like I was very into fashion, but I did not know anything about color. Yeah. And that was really my first lesson in I can't wear all colors.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And they throw that color out there every once in a while. I'm like, oh gosh, I can only imagine the people who are going to buy this color who should never touch this color at all. Yeah, that's a really hard one to wear. Yeah.
It's so interesting that you said you thought you were a winter.
I wanted to be a winter.
Yeah. Well, it's fascinating to me because I have so many women who come into the boutique and they tell me, we talk about color, having their colors done. Oh, I was told I was a winter. And I'll look at them like, there is no way you're a winter. Right. Like, why? I feel like winter is the most misunderstood season. Why do you think that?
Also, it depends. It's very possible they had their colors done like 20 years ago or something. And the reason I'm mentioning that is that back, I've been doing this for 35 years, and that's when color analysis was becoming popular. Mm-hmm. And what happened back then is that everybody jumped on the color analysis bandwagon.
Yes.
And they would have like a day and a half of training, maybe 2 days, and then they'd go out and do everybody's colors. Bad idea. I remember after I had my initial training, I started practicing on friends. And I remember there was one friend who I did her colors. And, a few months later, I remember calling her and saying, you're not in autumn. Could you come back so I can do your colors? And thankfully she said, oh, thank goodness, I hated those colors anyway.
So what did she turn out to be?
She was a winter.
Okay.
It's sort of the opposite of what I don't know. I was practicing, so I had to train my eye, and I practiced on my friends who were my guinea pigs at the time. And, and after a while, I got really good at it. But in the beginning, so a lot of what happened is I've had women come to me, and you probably have too, who have come with bags full of palettes. Like, here's what people have done. They've made me this, and this. What one is right? And I'm like,
right.
Oh my gosh, no wonder you're confused.
I know. I had a client come to me one time, and she had worked with someone years ago. And she said initially this person told her years ago that she needed to get rid of all her clothes and just wear black.
What? And
then she hired her again a few months later, a few years later. And the client was like, or the stylist said, oh, black's not your best color. Let's get rid of everything and start over. And she was like, what in the world? What do I even wear? So I think working with somebody who didn't really know, she didn't do a color analysis. She was just a stylist, but that was a lot of money wasted.
Oh my goodness. I hope she doesn't work for that person anymore.
And then she came to me years later and she's like, please help.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's just, color can be so confusing for people.
It can. And you probably saw this too, through the pandemic, so many women let their hair go natural and let the gray or white come in. And that changes everything. Totally changes everything. And I've had women say to me, so now my hair's gray, so what color should I wear? I'm like, I don't know, I have to see you.
Right.
There's so many different shades of gray and white and all of that. And then it has to connect with your skin tone and your eye color and all that stuff. So if they've let their hair go natural and then they are still following the color palette that they had from years ago, chances are good it's not working anymore. So
absolutely. Yeah. Time for a refresh.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. But yeah, growing your hair out will definitely change. And I think it's interesting just hearing what women will say coming into the boutique and shopping for clothes and just getting into a rut. And I think so many women do get in that rut and they're like, oh, I'm going to wear blue and I'm only going to buy blue. And then you try to introduce a new color and they're like, no.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you hear that all the time working with your clients. It's like you introduce them to a new neutral or something, a bright that they've never worn. And it's like, what is this?
Yeah, it takes, they have to I'm a big believer and you have to practice it. So I'll say, get one piece in that new color and just kind of explore what you think about it, or just buy a scarf or buy a scarf with just a little bit of that color in it, just to kind of explore it and see what happens. And over time, often they'll go, oh yeah, wow, okay, now I see how it works for me. But they have to kind of get comfortable, kind of train their eye to see the beauty in that new color too.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen some of your headshots where you've got on that caramel colored jacket and you've got on teal. I'm like, oh my God, this looks so good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that jacket. I know you sell that line, the liquid leather.
We do, the Claire Sunloo.
Oh my gosh, that jacket is amazing. Amazing. Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting that those liquid leather jackets have become one of my signature items.
Yeah.
And you were talking earlier about boosting your confidence. Those are the kind of pieces that I put on. I'm like, yes, it just elevates my confidence. I feel like a badass.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of your power pieces or pieces that you put on when you need a little confidence boost.
Well, for me, it's always about jackets. I've learned over the years, and this was a relatively recent revelation for me in a way, is that I'm just not a cardigan person.
Right.
I also have very sloped, I have a tiny bit of a shoulder pad in here. So I have a very narrow sloped shoulders. And for me, a cardigan just feels droopy. So I feel my jackets comfortable. I want them to be comfortable. Jackets with anything. That's why that liquid leather jacket is so amazing, because I can throw it on very casually, which is great. You know, this one's a tiny bit dressier. And also for me, you know, accessories. Accessories are a way of, you know, I can't put on an outfit without accessories and have it feel finished. And today I was like, what earrings should I wear? You know, there's so many. It's so fun to me. And that's how I feel totally empowered is those two things.
Yeah. And I think dressing for Zoom.
Yes.
You work with a lot of clients to help them know, like, what do you wear from the chest up?
Yes. Yeah, we all need a Zoom wardrobe these days, you know, because we spend, whether even as people are starting to open up and go out more, Zoom has now become a way of life. I mean, it's here. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's here.
No, I think, you know, it's so interesting. Things that I used to do that were in person, no, you know, they're Zoom now. And I think just, you know, meetings, working with clients and talking with people all over the world. I think it's opened up so many possibilities.
It has. And, you know, it also frees up our time a little bit more so we can actually do more because we don't have to spend so much time in the car, which that always makes me feel better.
Yes. Yeah. But sometimes I have to say face to face is just, you just can't touch that.
Absolutely. Absolutely true.
Ginger, how would you describe your own style?
Well, you know, one of the things that I do with my clients is I help them come up with, some people call them style words. I call them inner beauty words that describe who they are. And so my style is, you know, I have this inner beauty word that's always a little embarrassing for me to say, even though I have to say it out loud all the time. You know, I think kind of elegant, but exquisite is sort of, for me, there has to be an exquisiteness to what I put on, whether, even if I'm being super casual. And another one of my inner beauty words is controlled fire. So I'm English, I'm redhead, so I'm fiery, but I'm not, you know, in your face fiery.
Right.
Controlled fire. So there always has to be something that has a little bit of that fiery feel, besides my hair, that has a little bit of that fiery feel. And so that's always what I'm looking for when I am shopping is, you know, just something that feels elegant. A little bit of fiery edge. Exactly. I don't, even though I have plenty of clients who just can throw on a pair of t-shirt and a pair of jeans and look amazing. That's not me. It doesn't feel controlled fire to me. It doesn't feel like who I am. So I always have to pay attention to that.
Oh, I totally relate to that. Years ago, my ex-husband used to say, why can't you just wear jeans and a t-shirt? And I'm like, because I'm dramatic. Like I'm meant to stand out. Like it just doesn't feel right for me. Yes. Exactly. It's all about your own personal expression.
Totally true. Yes, absolutely. That's where you start with your wardrobe. That and color, I think.
For sure. I love the inner beauty words. I think that's fabulous.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, very cool. Well, what else would you like to share with us today with regards to style?
Well, you know, I think the most important thing is don't give up. Sometimes women just feel like nothing's working, or my body has changed and now what I used to wear doesn't work anymore. Or, you know, I don't feel comfortable in what I used to feel comfortable with, or I can't or don't want to wear heels anymore, whatever it is. And then they just think, forget it. I'm just going to live in my workout clothes, or I'm just going to wear all black, or whatever it might be that stifles you a little bit, or doesn't really let who you are and all your specialness shine through. And if you know, I mean, you and I are two examples of people who can help women to never give up if they're stuck. So if you get stuck, you know, reach out, don't give up, because I don't care whether you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, doesn't matter. You deserve to look and feel amazing. And the only way you won't get there is if you do give up. So please don't give up.
Yes. Never give up. Never give up. Now, if somebody is on the verge of giving up and they think, or they just want to do something, they're standing in their closet, what would be the first thing you would recommend to them to like put them on that path to success?
Well, oh my goodness, there's so many things. Well, one is a color. Reach for a color that really makes you feel great, makes you feel like you shine, and that, gives you comfort. And also make sure your clothes fit you well. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, I know there's a trend out there, which I don't particularly like, that is everything is oversized and shapeless. Mm-hmm. And some people can rock that. And there are ways to make that work. But there also, whatever you're wearing, you want to make sure it fits your body beautifully. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even if it's an inexpensive piece, if the sleeves are the right length and the top is the right length and it fits you on the sides and skims over your body, you'll feel a million times better than, something that just has you drowning in fabric. So, I think look at what's in your closet that just makes you feel happy to put it on. There are so many different tools. It's kind of hard to just hone in on one, because then you also have to address the other ones too. But color and fit, I think, are two of them that can begin that process.
For sure. What would you say is your favorite part of your job?
Oh, it's seeing women glow when they put on an outfit, or have, women write to me and say, I had to pack to travel and I usually hate to do that. And I was able to do it in 20 minutes instead of 3 hours, that kind of thing, so that all of a sudden their life gets easier. They feel better when they're, getting dressed every morning or packing to go on a trip, or it's just that inner glow that they get from. Yes. It's very rewarding to me. And, I love what I do. And that's part of the reason I can help change, as we can help change people's lives.
Yes. And you can't put a price tag on that.
No,
you definitely that is priceless. Yes. Hey, you touched on the trends a few minutes ago. What would you say some of your favorite trends this spring are? Not the slouchy, obviously.
Right. Yeah. Slouchy, there's a place for slouchy and it can work for some people, but color, the fact that there's so much color out there, which I love. I'm a big fan of color. As you know, we've been talking about that. I love that there's a lot of texture, like eyelet and cutout. So there's something for everyone in terms of texture. That's even macrame or crochet and all that kind of stuff is out there. Although those are a little trickier to find that aren't like cropped or, existent.
Actually, though, we actually just got some crocheted cardigans.
Oh, cool.
In the boutique.
Very cool.
And that's something women of all ages can wear. So it really is fascinating how you can interpret it. Like maybe you're not going to wear a crochet dress or a skirt, but how could you wear it?
Right, exactly. And finding those pieces, you know how to choose the pieces that your clients are going to wear. You're not going to probably bring in a crochet bra top. No. And that's what when you go and search it online, that's a lot of what you see. So, that's where your store can come in and help women who don't want to dress in a crocheted bra top, but they want to wear crochet. They can go to you. I also love that that midi dresses are still out there. I don't wear a lot of dresses. I have very, very white legs, freckly legs. And, but I will wear a midi dress because I feel like, and I don't feel quite so white down there. So I love that those are still around. I think they're really pretty, and there's certainly a place for them in people's wardrobes. And for those of us who don't necessarily want to wear a knee-length dress. So
yes. Now I love your front porch catwalks on Instagram.
Thank you.
They're so fun.
Thanks. They're a lot of fun to do.
Yes. And you work with some cabbie clothes.
I do. Yeah. During the pandemic, I started selling cabbie because it was something different when it was harder to find things. Even now, it can be harder to find things. And they had a virtual way, a way that I could share it with people virtually, it's been kind of fun to do that. So yeah, that's another option out there.
Very cool. Yeah. My mother-in-law actually sells cabbie, and I actually have a couple of pieces, and
there you go.
Them. So yeah, but they have such great pieces, and I think it's wonderful to be able to help your clients get the right fit and just put things together in a new and different way.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not for everybody, or but you can often find even just one or two pieces. So they just add that extra little zing. It's fun. It's just kind of a little side hustle, if you will, that I do. Sure. That, my clients have been enjoying. So It's fun.
Yeah, that's so much fun. So where can people find you on social media, Ginger?
Pretty much anywhere by @Ginger Burr. So, and I do have on Facebook, you can also find me at Total Image Consultants for my page. And also I do have a free Facebook group that's called Your Total Image with Ginger. So, but mostly if you go @Ginger Burr, you find me everywhere.
Yeah, you've got to go follow Ginger on Instagram and watch her front porch catwalks. They're fabulous.
Thank you.
Love all of this. And we'll be sure to put all those links in the show notes. So definitely go follow Ginger. Ginger, thank you so much for being here. It has been such a joy to talk with you.
Thank you, Michelle. It's always a delight, as I said, to talk with you. And this was super fun. We have so much in common. I love it.
We do. Any final thoughts you'd like to share with us? Any words of wisdom?
Just have fun with the seasonal trends. And I encourage people to go to your store. You have an online for people who know me. Go check out Michelle's store. What is it? Style Finder.
Or Style Finder is the website. Yeah,
yes,
thank you.
Yeah. And you even have an app on your on the phone that you can get. So
we do.
So it's another way to shop with fun things and check out those liquid leather jackets too. So.
Yes, we're actually getting a new shipment in very soon. So those things sell out like hotcakes.
They do. They're beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Ginger, thank you for sharing all your words of wisdom with us today.
Are you ready for the freedom to feel fabulous? Teal Box is a done-for-you style solution that offers curated looks sent directly to your doorstep. We start with a virtual style session where we get to know you and what your needs are. From there, our Style Finder stylists personally curate a lookbook of the latest arrivals from Style Finder Boutique. You purchase only what you want, and then it's delivered right to you. The styling fee is fully refundable with your purchase, making it like having your very own personal stylist without the stylist fee. Book your complimentary consultation at shopstylefinder.com and get ready to love what you wear. Thanks for tuning in to Style by Mary Michelle, where women come to get dressed in 7 minutes or less. If you enjoyed this podcast, I invite you to leave me a 5-star review on iTunes or wherever you're listening. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Style by Mary Michelle and shop our boutique at shopstylefinder.com for the best in upscale casual apparel. Better yet, if you're in the Raleigh area, come see us. We're located in the North Hills Shopping Center, the premier shopping district in Midtown Raleigh. For details and links mentioned in this episode, be sure to see the show notes. Have a beautiful week.